Okay, this is the repeatable database creation demo. I have the first item on the agenda. Share my screen. So priority one blockers, there have been a few that have been closed since the last time we met, or the last demo. The networking options, this is still a big blocker. I'm suggesting for a smaller iteration, what we can do is just pass in the subnet instead of letting the GCP reference architecture module create the subnet in the network. And the reason for this is our needs are unique in that we are calling the reference architecture module multiple times, once per shard in a project. So given that all the shards probably are going to share the same VPC, I think, then we probably want one VPC for all shards. So we'll probably just want to pass it in. The custom console services directory, that's already in review. And then the multiple PG bouncer instances, that's might not get done. I don't know. It's not scheduled, it's not assigned, but we have a workaround since we're doing our own thing. And then number two is just what we're working on now. For the demo, I thought we could add a new replica to an existing cluster. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So share my terminal. So the first thing to do this, we're going to need to increase the node count of the reference architecture Postgres cluster. And that would be in modules cluster main. So this is var.postgres node count. This comes from the environments. So what I really need to do is set it for a single shard. And so it needs to be set here, but this is set by JSON. So I think what I'll have to do is set it in .config.json. And here's the Terraform. And I've already kind of forgotten the name. So it was modules cluster. So Postgres node count. And just for this test, I'm going to increase it to 3 since the default is 2. This is going to set it for all shards and all environments, which is not really what we want. So I think if in the future, what we'll probably need to do is make this part of the shard configuration. And but for now, I'll just do this for the purposes of the demo, create a new branch. So let's run generate config. And this will, like I say, update everything. So now we have Postgres node count set to 3. I think that should do it. I guess I can push this properly. Oh, there it is. That's interesting. The main source branch doesn't exist.
This bug has sometimes happened randomly.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember it occurred like a year ago, but that there was like
I haven't seen this.
a catch not being validated properly or something like that. But let me just keep pulling my repository. She's like, see your branch, yeah, jar at sharp. Yep.
I mean, it doesn't matter since I'm not merging this anyway, but okay. So let's run this on my environment, see what happens. Okay. There's the node. Looks good, I think.
So your cluster, I'm assuming, is already running.
Yeah, everything is already I had it configured previously. So we had a working Patroni cluster with 2 nodes.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and try to configure it. I'm just going to do this on the CI shard. So far, it looks good.
So in order to be able to configure different values, you said that we just need to add this to the shard configuration, right?
Yeah, I think we'll have to figure out how that'll work, but I assume what we'll do is we'll just add a replica count to the shards.json lib file, and that will allow us to, I guess you need to configure both on environment and shard name dimension, right? So you'll have to do both, but
right.
Yeah, we can figure that out. Alejandro, one thing that kind of bugs me about Get, I opened up an issue for this, is the inconsistent host naming that we have now, because we have some servers that have a prefix of the environment name and then other servers that have the prefix of the shard name. So we have, for example, CI Postgres 2, and we also have, you know, SB Alpha console 2. Maybe we should, I don't know. I think the problem is we're trying to use like this prefix and node type thing for multiple types like of servers, and it's just not, ends up being very inconsistent. Maybe we can override the names of the hosts at least so that it looks nicer. I think we probably want to like prefix all of the hosts with the name of the environment.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say like we could just like the idea would be like SB Alpha CI console 1, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Is this an error or just?
I think it colors standard error in red. So I'm not, I think I see, yeah, here we go. Yeah, interesting. Failed to open TCP connection to local host. This is console.
Yes.
But console should be, okay, so let's hop on the host and we'll see what's going on. In fact, I can do it. So BCI Postgres 3. So console is running, interestingly.
It looks blank to me, this screen.
Oh, really? Try to reshare. You see now?
Okay, yep.
Okay, so it doesn't
probably fail before configuring Patroni properly.
Yeah, I assume so. Ansible's kind of going right through this without a problem. I guess it doesn't fail hard on a reconfigure failure. So that could be a possible issue. I'll issue another GitLab CTL reconfigure, see what happens. Interesting.
Like console wasn't ready at that moment.
Yeah, possibly. I'll save the reconfigure output so we can take a look.
It's also interesting that the host IP, I guess that's not super important, but if you see the host IP for Postgres 1 and 2 are contiguous, the other one is it's a bit different.
Yeah, but this is the default subnet. because we don't have, and like that's a fairly large range. So it's probably just we've added a lot of hosts and enough time has passed.
Yeah.
We haven't decided, I'm not sure like whether we're going to use one subnet for everything or different subnets for different clusters. You know, like we have to decide that at some point.
Yeah, I mean, in production, we use different subnets for different.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if there's really any value in it, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. So I'll save this console or this reconfigure output.
Okay.
And we'll take a look, but based on like, so maybe we need to check the console log to see what happened here.
Yeah,
console
it says
config change.
Warn pending console restart. That last line.
It said reload successful.
Yeah.
Sending restart to Postgres exporter.
It's interesting. I said, okay, the daemon was reloaded, but maybe you need to restart the console agents. So maybe that's what was missing.
Yeah, but console was running. Let me.
And also, if you needed a restart, why did it work now? Because you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this was at 13:53:37. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it might have needed a restart, and the GitLab CTL reconfigure restarted it the second time you ran it.
Yeah. I think it's worth like trying again to see if this is repeatable.
Sure.
And we'll see. Cool. All right. I'm gonna end the call so I can hop on the incident, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.